Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are not a subscriber and you stumbled upon this video, I think you should subscribe because I do kind of cool things throughout the week. If you are subscribed and you clicked on this video, then you're probably wondering, where is Red Wine Girl Time? I took a break from Red Wine Girl Time for the past like 2 to 3 weeks because I really wanted to focus on my makeup line. I wanted to focus on my brands. I wanted to collect all of my ideas and get them together so that I could be consistent. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Saika Bence. I am a creative. My mind goes all over the place and I do a bunch of things, and on the list of the million things and dreams that I have, I own a makeup line. It's very new to the world. It is under a year old, and really for me, the past like 9 months, it's been like putting together a baby. And I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for my brand. So imagine 9 months of like not a lot of sales and changing your logo a lot and ordering things that you didn't like. If you're like me, you've been inspired, and so you go on YouTube because we get to see real life people like us pursuing their dreams and pursuing their creativity. The infamous title that draws me in each and every time is how I made $10,000 off of $50, or I quit my job, invested $500, and now I have a 6-figure company, right? So you see that and you're like, oh my God, yes, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. They fluff it up. They give you all of the good stuff. So for this video, I want to talk about like, yo, the past couple of months have been a little bit crazy, a little bit annoying. You can get discouraged. And I want to talk about that stuff, like all the stuff they don't tell you about starting your own cosmetics line. Making the brand is necessary, because I think I'm gonna be a millionaire. I think I'm gonna be really rich off of my ideas, and I really wanted to share with you guys some of the mistakes that I've made and this growing process of my brand, so you can really see it develop from the ground up. Before I jump into the things that they don't tell us and the things that I've done wrong and the things that I want you to avoid, I just want to say that like being an entrepreneur is cute, it's glamorous. Everyone likes the idea of being their own boss, and I can't work for people and A, B, C, and D, but I think the most important thing to remember is that like if you're not passionate about it, if it's not something that drives you, then essentially you're gonna be wasting a lot of money. Because you're going to start this thing, you're gonna think, oh, let me invest this amount of money into this specific thing, let me invest $500 into hair, and I'm just gonna sell hair, and now I've made however much dollars. But it doesn't work like that. If you are not invested, if it is not your dream, if it is not your goal, like that roller coaster ride that they tell you about, it's a real thing, and you will get discouraged. Especially when you're not seeing the quick dollars that you're expecting. So entrepreneurship is very different. Building a brand is very different than having a store. And so my advice is based on my pursuit of building a brand. So I hope like that's like clear. So the first thing I want to talk about is all of these vendor lists that are popping up on Instagram. If your hope is to have a competitive brand, and by competitive brand I mean Google a product that you have, highlighter palettes, Google foundation sticks, Google liquid lipsticks. You see the images that pop up on Google. I just said Google like 5 times. You see the images that pop up, you see what people are searching for, you see what's going to be at the top of the list. You go to those websites and imagine what it takes for your brand to compete with that. Right? So my whole thing about being a small business is that you have to be big business minded. And so in order to be big business minded, you have to stay away from the vendor list. Here's why I want us to stay away from the vendor list. One, you're not the only person buying that. And so it's a cheat out of researching, it's a cheat out of sampling, it is essentially a cheat out of building your brand. It's a cheat out of building a brand. And why do I say that? Does that mean that if you buy a vendor list, you don't have the capabilities of personalizing it? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that was someone else's research, that was someone else's work, and essentially it may not be what you actually believe is a star product. It's what someone else is telling you, hey, here's the best, here's the go-to, here's what you need. Here's insert super popular Instagram hair brand vendor here. Like, that's not your work, that's not your research, that's not your passion, that's not your brand. So now you bought that list, Sally bought that list, Jane bought that list, Janae bought that list, Carissa bought that list, Zoe bought that list, Desiree bought that list. Everybody has this list and everybody's selling the same thing. And so you slap a logo on it and you say, hey, I sell lashes, or hey, buy my highlighters, or you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing about that that's personalized for a brand. And again, when I'm talking brand, I'm talking longevity. I'm not talking about your quick $500 that you're going to make so that you can catch up on some bills. I mean building a household name. If your desire is to build a household name, don't buy a vendor list. Like, do the research yourself. Especially if you're selling products that's going to go on people's faces. Like, my foundation, I live by my foundation. And let me tell you, like, in the background you guys see, like, I have a collection of foundations. I have Dior, I have Marc Jacobs, I have Fenty. And the moment that I found my Starstruck foundation sticks, right? I made this box, by the way. I made this box, another thing we're gonna talk about later. But the moment that I found these foundation sticks, and this design is my design, it changed everything. Because, like, I promise you, every time that I do my face, especially if I'm going out for something special, I'm only wearing my products. That makes me feel great to be able to say that. And research went into that. Like, I had to literally find a manufacturer that was going to make what I wanted, how I wanted it, and give me great products. And so, like, on my website, I talk about how I suffered with acne, which is another thing that I had to think about. If I'm putting out product, it has to be good for you. Like, it has to be good for your skin. And in order to find products that were good for my skin, I had to try it on myself first before saying, yes, I stand behind this product and I want to sell it to these people. Vendor lists really do cheat you out of that experience, and they cheat you out of that work. Do they save you money? Yes. You pay $30, you get a list of people to just buy stuff from wholesale and resell at whatever price you desire and make money. Sounds good. But again, this is the difference between having a brand and having a store.